What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Drawing with Jack. We're here with our good friend Jack Haynes, drawing page three. Skip Marazzi, your co-writer, producer, actor, and host for the Cox and Space Show. Um, we are getting Luna's big scene drawn today, so thank you for being here with us. If you're interested in what we're doing, you can always check us out at coxandspace.com. Get attached to our Discord, see us do this live, comment on the progress we're making. You can also connect if you would rather through Facebook and talk to Aaron Cosbiel. We always talk to interesting people on the show, being interesting people ourselves with fixations, etc. We're very curious about people, so you're invited to come on to
Dude,
these shows if you would like to. We just like to set that up through Aaron, and then you can also find us, of course, on YouTube. And we're glad to have you here on the podcast. Jack, what is up, man? I'm glad that we're back together and
fuck you, Skip. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm
we're
just kidding.
coworkers. We are not friends. We are
Yeah,
not friends.
you missed the cold open, everyone.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that was
we,
that was a good bit. So this is why you should join the Discord so you can get us in the green room before we
yeah.
roll into a podcast. Because sometimes they are the funniest bits, either right before
Uh,
we start or right after we finish.
um, Here, let me ask you a question. Like,
Sure.
who would be sitting at this piano here?
He's probably a fat cat. I can tell you that
Okay,
as a fact. My favorite piano player is Grover, but he's a dog. But if you want to take
okay.
like,
The
inspiration.
cat version of Grover.
Yeah,
I mean,
not no, not
what the
Grover. I'm
cat?
sorry, Rolf. Rolf.
Ooh, excuse me, Rolf.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you,
course, the dog,
Rolf.
Rolf.
Rolf. You're right.
Uh,
Exactly.
Grover is
My
my
bad.
second favorite Muppet, so that's why it popped out of my mouth. But Rolf is the piano player. But yeah, it'd be funny to do like just like a shaggy brown cat, but like super fat. Um, because that's the whole thing about the rest of the guests in this shot too. Like everyone who's at the Fat Cat Lounge is sitting by a bowl of food, and they're massive, and they may have been there for like weeks.
Right.
Does that answer the question you were asking?
Yeah. No, like the Shaggy cat basically answered it. The thing you
Okay,
said about people being there for like a week, I heard it, but what it was in relation to, I'm not quite sure. I may have drifted out away from
understandable.
the
You're probably
conversation on
you're
that.
you're probably drawing you're imagining what a shaggy brown cat would look like. So I can imagine being distracted by that, the creativity in your brain. Um, the sorry, my brain just slipped for a second because I was really excited about the
Dude, my
question.
brain is on
Okay,
banana peels.
nice. The Kit Kat Lounge you can think of more as like an opium den. Um,
Okay.
where they just come and eat this food and they get so fat that they can't move.
Okay. So
So
should this place have like couches? Should it have like big lounge chairs and like chaise lounges and
that's
stuff for
interesting.
like people to
Yeah,
put their
we've never specifically talked about it. We've always kind of thought tables, but it makes more sense if they're there at like lounging. They should be lounging in like
yeah.
chairs and stuff. So she could be leaning over the back of a couch or something where there was a fat cat like sprawled out. That's just
Uh,
a suggestion off the top of my head. It may or may not fit the
that
context.
is, I mean, it's a good suggestion. I'm trying to see if I can maybe save the way that this looks while like having it kind of be revealed
I
a
like
little
that.
bit that they're
They're massively fat.
yeah, that like people are sleeping at tables and stuff.
Oh
Or
yeah, you
like
took it even a
sleeping
step
in like
further. I
lounge
like what you've
chairs.
done. Yeah, yeah, I like what you've done there. Yeah, of course, because they eat, they fall asleep, they wake up, they eat more.
Yeah.
The high irony of the scene, uh, is that she's singing a song about how they need to like get sober, basically. Um,
Okay.
I think you've heard the song, and if you guys want to check it out, it's in the Cox Music chat section. Uh, so she sings that you're eating your feelings right out of a bowl. Um, and then the end of her song is that you need to join me on feelings recovery. So she's been sent there, or she's like sent herself on this mission to try to get people like hooked, like unhooked from like the fattening cat food. It sounds like our guest Adam is on his way. He should be able to be joining us soon. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the guest?
Yeah, so he is, thank you for giving me that as an intro. He is a stand-up in the Ohio area, I believe. And he, in his stand-up, he talks about a lot of stuff, but one of the things that fascinated me about him, first of all, he is funny. And then secondly, um, he talks about getting that he's a recovering heroin addict. And
Okay.
he successfully has done that and still maintains a sense of so
Okay.
yeah, that guy for me, like, I just want to talk to him more because I could appreciate um the history and then like, the celebration of progress, right? I mean, I feel that way too sometimes.
I mean, I just like this piano, like it's right now. I have to put somebody sitting at the piano.
Oh, is it like driving you crazy because you just found out there's a fat guy back there?
No, it's like just it's its own like level of it's just it's a it's a challenge. It's a chore.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, you could say
Um,
that I definitely just threw you a curveball, and I recognize that. So
yeah. I mean,
sorry, that wasn't.
it's not too bad of a curveball, honestly. Like it's just like um, I hadn't thought about who was going to be sitting at the piano, so it didn't occur to me what I was going to have to draw. Like shaggy pussy that looks like Rolf. Here, let's just look up Rolf real quick. And let
Yeah.
me say, like,
Well, I mean, and that's
I
just
like
an
the
example. It could be literally any cat. Just like I was thinking, like that's my favorite piano player. It's along the same lines as the cart. It's kind of like Muppet Ski. It goes harder into the animal, but same idea.
oh, doing a drawing. I'm drawing, guys. I'm doing a drawing. Sorry, that's very silly.
Facts though. This is drawing Jack, and we're drawing, and Jack's drawing, and I'm with him. So we're doing both parts. See how he's just like, a big shape
Yeah.
and a big face. If you did like a flat faced cat, it would probably be exactly what you're looking for. Yep. Yeah, see that orange guy in the center?
This
Or
guy?
now far left. Yeah, something like that. And that I think that those cats are great. And see how he's just like that kind of amorphous, like Rolf too.
Amorphous Rolf.
Yeah, you see, like they have like very similar bodies because they're just like blah.
He's just like I
And
like
then the
his original
flatness of the
Rolf
face, I
the
think, oh my God. Wow,
most.
that is cute though.
I see. I see.
See,
Okay.
like plant-based
I
cats are
have
so funny too.
I have my mission.
Okay, if you choose to accept
Um,
it.
if I choose to accept it, I can just
Are you one of the things that you're considering moving the piano like over to the right more behind her and the chore that is?
to the right more
Yeah,
behind
I'm
me.
just guessing what you're doing. I don't know. This is not a suggestion. I'm just supposing what I think you might do. Where like the back of
Yeah.
the piano could come like further towards the post, and then you would have room
Yeah.
to put a little dude there. But
S-
again, I
s-
recognize that if that's what you thought that is a choice.
See, like I didn't know if that was like a wall there or if because like this side of the stage is open, so I'm just like wondering. But see, this
Oh,
is like
also,
facing a wall, right? So this is like she came in from like right here on like here.
oh, I
Uh,
got you. Yeah, I can't see where you're going on the screen. I was trying to like, I think it's lower right where she's doing the
so
arms
she
up thing.
comes
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
So she comes in here, right?
Oh, she
And
does her entrance right.
she like ambles over and sultry, and then she like hops up on the stage, and like the piano player is playing like this whole time, but I mean, I guess maybe it would make sense. See, like the more that I move the piano this way, the like more it's going to be obscured by like the stage itself. I guess if I moved, because if
Interesting.
I like moved it over, I shouldn't be right on this layer. It's
No,
more.
sorry. Thank you for the red box. I knew exactly where you were on the page. Bro.
So like if I draw it like kind of in the back over here,
Ooh, so you can like share space between the two of them. Wow, you are specifically just your square is listed.
you can still kind of see the. Is that on? It's almost on. Maybe more like this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm still watching your drawing that you yourself have stuff.
It like just is. I guess that's not bad. I guess that's not bad. Oh,
Oh, I see. You moved him upstate. Okay, I'm tracking with you now. Yeah, I got you. That's interesting because then it
yeah.
gives you the possibility to actually see the dude.
You're still gonna be able to see the dude here, I
Yeah,
think.
where he is on the left. I wasn't considering anything like that far down, but I mean, it's a really cool idea. Actually, I do. Like, and then, yeah. Anyway, that
Okay,
again
let's
was
see if
just
we
me
can.
musing as to what it was that you were thinking. So, um,
Let's see if we can make it. Let's see if we can make it happen because this is all.
oh, nice. Right. Do your due diligence, put it on all in the same layer. You can, you
Yeah,
can
at
do things
first, because
around.
it's like you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. Like this here, still in the same way. Now, so now we can just move it kind of like is that decided? Almost.
Yeah, that's really cool, right? And then obviously the superiority to paper, because you could make a copy on paper, but here now you can just visually put it where you want the line to be.
Yeah.
Cool. Uh,
I mean, it works for sure. Yeah.
and
Let's
I
drop it.
definitely like how it crosses the space between the two of them, so it says that it's not. One of the things that that panel could read is that it's just two different angles from the same shot, but the piano now says that it's not, that she is actually running around the whole stage. And I really like that a
Yeah.
lot. That wasn't intent, that wasn't the goal of what we were doing, but it helps the thing that is already happening. So yeah, yeah. That's fun. Having her run around is really fun.
Oh, I have to go back to the default. So too much and
I'm thinking
um.
probably this, when it's finally done, is going to be like a series of shots of her doing all the actions that you've drawn. So it's like her entrance, and then it would like cut to her like leaning on the back of the couch or whatever it is that we end up drawing there. Then like cut to her up on the stage with the piano player behind her, and then as she crosses to the other side of the stage. Uh, that's fun. Yeah, this is really workable.
Yeah, I think this is like a good like showing of like how we see the like the entrance of Luna. That it's like a very elaborate like um not pomp and circumstance, but just like like involved and
There he is. What's up, buddy?
coordinated.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm
Sorry about
good.
that.
Adam.
Yes.
Adam Leshok, is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome. We're here with Jack Haynes. This is Jack's show, Drawing with Jack. Skip
What's up,
Marathi.
Adam?
We've never
How's
met
it going?
before in person, but I
Yeah.
caught you on the Very Good podcast, and we like to talk to interesting people on the show, and I thought you were interesting, so glad to
Oh,
have you.
thank you.
And
Glad to be here. Glad
yeah,
to be here.
I'm glad that it worked out. I know that you've had a hectic day trying to get some things done. Did you get everything done?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. thanks. I have no money right now,
Okay.
so
Join the club,
yeah,
right?
I can't.
Shitty economy.
Yeah,
Your economy.
yeah, so I can't do laundry, right?
Okay.
And I don't really have money to do laundry, so I went to my parents' house to do laundry,
Sure.
and they pay for gas too.
Oh
So
wow. Your
yeah,
parents are
Nice.
awesome
Yeah, your parents are awesome. Good
for
on them.
helping you out. Yeah.
yeah, no, they're pretty. They are kind of great. I I would be in a much worse position if it wasn't for them. So
I would also have to agree with that. My dad has definitely stepped up to be like, hey, look, I know it sucks right now, and I can help you, so I'm going to.
yeah,
I'm like, but I don't want you. And he's like, shut up, like, like I can help you, so I'm going to.
for sure.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate my parents. Do you want to shout them out, or is that just you want to just leave it as your parent?
Oh, Dave and Laura. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Dave and Laura.
Shout out to
Yeah.
David
Why
Lloyd.
not?
And parents who look after their
Yeah.
kids.
Shout out to parents.
And parents who look after.
Conceivers of children.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and ones who aren't just, the ones who have fathered or mothered children, but actually stuck around to parent them and be a part of the growing up process and even past, into adulthood. Like, thank
No
you.
quitters.
Yeah, no quitters, right? Because like the parents that committed, they're like, yeah, we're actually bringing a life into the world, so we're gonna, keep helping that life. You
No,
know,
for real. It's
yeah,
not an 18-year commitment. It's a lifelong. Yeah, like I don't know, because I've been to rehabs and stuff like that. So like my parents have arguably parented me more after I turned 18 than before I turned 18. I don't know. I was raised pretty normally,
okay,
but um but I never really heard like I love you or anything, right? And then
interesting.
yeah, I started going to rehabs, and they were like, "Hey, do you know that we like love you and stuff like that?" And I was like, "No, no, actually,
Right? Yeah, like this is news to me. Thanks for bringing it
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Um,
exactly,
yeah, exactly. For me too. I found out that how much my parents loved me when I was in recovery and felt like an absolute piece of human trash. And they were
hmm
like, "No, we're still with you. What are you talking about? Like, why would you not want to be here?" And so like,
yeah,
yeah, this one I was like, "Oh, wow," like, because they didn't express it either. They just thought that like, seeing that I was
hmm
taken care of, like, expressed that. But yeah, the
yeah,
question
exactly,
the question remained. Uh, so right, it sounded like you had good parents. And
yeah,
I
for
had good
sure.
parents. I think Jack, you could say the same about your mom and your parents, right? Like they like were there for you.
Yeah, I had a pretty good childhood, like good in quotation marks. Like it wasn't perfect, but
Right.
it
It,
definitely wasn't. It was supportive of
right.
certain things, like artwork. My father was
Yeah,
a illustrator, so my art
mm,
was supported. So
Right. And it
that's
goes
good.
good. But like so it's not like their fault that say you and I like fall into a situation because I don't think Jack has been into a rehab. But
I
like
have not.
but like
Yeah,
I will not.
like you're like we're all messed up in some ways is kind of the point I was getting at.
for
Um,
sure.
even though they were good at it. What was it for you?
What? What?
Like, so you were to rehab, I think because you talked about it in your stand-up because of heroin, right? That was where you're like
Yeah.
you got hooked on that. Like, where did that start?
So I was a I. So I'm from Ann Arbor. I don't know where are you guys from?
So we're in different
Springfield,
places.
Illinois.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack's in
Yeah.
Chicago and I'm down in Louisiana.
okay,
So
gotcha.
Ann Arbor. Okay, cool. Up in
So
Michigan.
yeah, yeah, and then let's see. After high school, I went to a community college for a year. I got my associate's degree. Decided I wanted to go into math, and then transferred to U of M. Um, and then I got a job as a research assistant at U of M.
Wow.
And the professor I was a research assistant for was actually the one who got me hooked on heroin.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Because he was like on the slide, or he or she was on the slide was doing it.
yeah,
Oh, shit, dude. So person, of course, you like, you learn to trust them, look up to them. You're doing anything they ask you to do. They're like, hey,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
However,
the lines were already kind of blurred because like I was in over my head as far as like research go. Like research math is a lot of work.
that's what I've heard.
And yeah, and so like I wasn't really caught up yet, and she had to teach me a lot, but the lines were blurred pretty quickly because she was like, like don't worry about coming to my office, just come to my apartment. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And then like, yeah.
gotcha. And how much older was she than you?
She was 29 at the time.
Gotcha. And you're like you graduated from math class, so that's like between 4 and 6 years. So you're like in your mid 20s also.
I'm like 20.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So not that huge of a gap, but it's still at the same time. Um,
Yeah.
geez. Okay. You guys got, I don't know if this is too sensitive a question, but did you guys get involved?
Yeah, definitely.
See, that's
And
kind of
then,
like you, I think I felt like you were alluding to. I was just giving you permission to be like, okay, cool.
yeah,
See, like it was fucking
yeah,
complicated. And then she's like,
for sure.
hey, this is what I'm into. And you're like, yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
Like
I
we,
was like,
we do all
right,
the
yeah.
things. Gotcha. And of
Exactly.
course, I'm going to take a step back just, from the process myself and remember, right, it's not her. She didn't do it. Like, you and I made a
Yeah,
series of choices to get where we were.
for
But at the
sure.
same time, understanding that the circumstances existed that probably without her wouldn't have existed, right? It's not like you're
No,
going out
yeah,
looking for that.
100%. No, and like, I don't know, because throughout my life, like, even like weed, the first time I smoked weed, I was like, oh yeah, I want to try that. Um, but like, it wasn't her. It was just if it had come across my desk, I would have done it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
if you're saying if you come in contact with any time. Now, let me just get it like a time period. When were you in college?
So let's see, before COVID, and
Okay, so
then
2018, 2016, something there.
2018, 19. Then end of 2019, I crashed my car and then went to rehab for 3 months. I got out of
Physical
rehab and
therapy?
then no, just long term. Dawn Farm, if you've heard of Dawn Farm.
No, what is that?
It's like a 90-day inpatient rehab.
Oh, so you wrecked
And
your car because of some other intoxication?
oh yeah, yeah, I was fucked up. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was like
okay, gotcha.
9.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call out.
Yeah,
I didn't. I'm a little slow sometimes unless things are
no,
spelled
you're
out.
good.
I don't necessarily. Okay, so I got you. So they're
Yeah.
like, listen, Adam, just go take care of this. It's 90
Yeah.
days. Not a big deal, right?
hmm So, but I made it a big deal because once I got out, I started doing drugs again, and then like ended up in jail a couple times. And
How long
really,
as a stint, like, or like how long altogether? Those are the two big questions.
hell and what?
So, what was the longest time that you're in jail for?
Longest time in jail was 8 days.
Okay,
Um,
and then
it was
overall,
overall 15.
okay, I got you. Just for like the
So,
same stuff, like you just drunk and disorderly or under intoxication and driving or something like that.
so the first time was when I was like, because I got into crack at some point.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and
I,
so I was
that's
with,
that's a heavy hitter among others.
yeah, no, I was like with literal gang members at this point. Um, and I'm smoking I'm smoking crack like a lot of crack. We're like trafficking crack, but one thing we would do to get money was boost. You know about boosting?
Is it like taking something else and selling it, like a
Yeah,
car?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Power tools is
Oh,
a good,
okay. Easy to
yeah,
move, quick. That's a good amount of money you can pick up from a pawn shop.
exactly, exactly. So we had hit the same Home Depot every day for 5 days in a row, and we were
That's
like,
pushing your luck.
yeah, and we were like,
Okay.
somebody's gonna stop us at some point or
Yeah,
something.
should,
Um,
right?
and
Were
like,
you
so
also
it was
doing it at the exact same time every day so that they knew your
like
schedule?
Pretty much.
Oh
Pretty
shit!
much.
You're like, it's like
It was
2:30, and we need to go hit
yeah.
the Home Depot.
No, yeah, it was getting retarded because like we would just make eye contact and like walk out with a shit ton of stuff. Like security tags on, and then we're just ignoring everybody who's like saying like, "Hey, come back here." You know what I mean? Just walking off. And so after 5 days of this, the police are waiting when we get out of the store, right? And they take us to jail, but they were trying to put together like a RICO charge basically on us.
What?
And yeah, because it's like an organized crime thing. It's organized retail theft. Organized retail
Because the two of
fraud.
you had made a plan to do it multiple times.
Yeah, there were like five of us at
Oh,
this
okay.
point.
Well, okay. I'm sorry. I
Um,
guess that right. That okay, because you are a gang and you are
yeah,
plotting
no,
together to.
they were completely right to like that like they pinned us. That was exactly what we were doing, and but it takes a lot of time to put RICO charges together. So like they have to charge you within 72 hours, and they didn't have anything to charge us with, so they had to just fucking let us go. Like we just walked out.
Well,
And like no charges, no reparations for the tools.
No, nothing.
And they're just like, guys, just don't. Would you just please stop doing it?
Yeah,
like it,
it was like I don't remember who said fuck you first, whether it was my friend or the deputy, but like it was like fuck you, yeah, fuck you too, and like we were just on our way out, like yeah.
God damn. Not a good place. And do you say this was before college or after college?
This was while I was in college.
Gotcha.
I had like stopped going to class after a semester, and then this was that semester.
How did you get your degree in math, not going to classes? First of
I
all, because math is
finished.
real hard.
I just got my degree in December, so
Oh, you just recently got it.
yeah, yeah.
So okay,
So it took a
after
while, but I finished.
so you okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. So while you were
No,
going to
you're good.
school, you dropped out of school, but then you'd been hired as a teacher's assistant. I'm just trying to put the timeline together.
No, when I was in school, I was a research assistant. And then after I crashed a car and went to rehab, I dropped out of college for like a couple years.
Okay.
And then during that time, I got sober. Oh yeah, I was explaining Dawn Farm. This is interesting.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. Sorry. I'm glad to hear it.
no, yeah, you're good. I'm glad I remembered. So it's a rehab, 90-day rehab. And the kicker is they take you to meetings every day.
Like AA
So,
style meetings.
yeah.
Okay.
And like around the Ann Arbor community. And then they have a van that like the new people take, but you're supposed to go to meetings and meet people and then ask them like, "Hey, do you think you can give me a ride to this meeting next week?" And then like you're supposed to get rides from people in AA. And the whole thing is designed to like give you an AA foundation so that you can like have a community when you get out of rehab, you know
That
what I
makes
mean?
sense. Well, that's a big
Yeah,
reason why people are in addiction, right? Because they don't have people around them.
right. Exactly. So, and they're really big on like rules and like accountability and like no shoes in the house is like or like outside shoes, inside shoes.
Gotcha. Fair.
It's like a big deal. You know what I mean? And it's like
Well, it's money.
because yeah, yeah. That and like I don't know, because you think it's dumb at first, but then like you realize after a while that the people who can't do outside shoes and inside shoes like can't do anything else either, and like they gotta go.
Gotcha.
Like
Well, just they're
you
not
know what
ready
I
for
mean?
the structure that is necessary
Yeah,
to like put yourself in a direction. Yeah, that's a fair.
exactly.
I mean, I don't know if that's a fair test, but like that is a truism, right? Like if you have a
Yeah.
hard time with such a basic rule as just don't track mud in the house, for
Hmm.
everybody's good, then you're not looking out for your own good. That's an interesting thing.
Exactly.
Do you still keep your
Exactly.
outside shoes outside?
I literally have inside shoes. I'm wearing inside shoes right now.
Fair. Nice.
But it's really just because I don't like wearing socks. And like if I have inside shoes, then the outside shoes are off. You know what I mean? Like I
Right,
don't
right.
want dirt in the place, but I don't want to wear socks either. So,
Yeah, it's a
but
good
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
good choice to do. Yeah, I mean that's like a good exchange. So
yeah.
sweet. So that's the one thing about the house. Were there other thoughts you had about that place that you wanted to talk about?
Um, just I don't know. It's super we'll have groups every day where it's just it's called care and concern, and you would say like, I don't know. I have a care and concern for Jack because I saw like Jack's not taking his shoes off, or like, you know what I mean? Like he's smoking a cigarette in the like not by the cigarette area, and
I do have
so
a
you
care
just
and
call each
concern for
other.
Jack for not smoking in the
Yeah.
smoking area. Um,
Um, and
okay.
you care and concern each other like that for hours.
Wow.
Like you'll just go around in a circle and like, yeah, well, I have a care and concern for you because I saw you do this and you didn't get up on time, and like, yeah, it's really like petty,
Okay.
and there's a lot
Yeah,
of like
that's what it sounds
drama,
like. Yeah,
and people are hooking up for sure
of
because
course.
you get to know people well, and then you're literally just in a giant house on a farm. So like, yeah, people are like fucking outside and like, all kinds of stuff.
As you do.
Yeah,
You have
no,
nothing
I
else to
got
do. You have a
no,
boy that
yeah,
needs filling.
I
Or
like
you can help
there was
fill
a
a void.
rule. No, it literally, exactly. No, I had a rule there where I wasn't allowed to talk to MILFs because that was a problem for me when I got there. Yeah.
Would people bring up a caring concern about I saw you with a MILF.
Yes. Yeah. Only
I
me
mean,
because I was
I
on,
love it.
a
It's
behavior
fantastic.
plan.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, it was cool. It was like, bro, my parents dropped like 20 grand on sending me there.
wow.
But
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
that place changed my life though.
Okay,
Um,
that's what I was gonna follow up the question with how effective you think it was. So it did change your life.
yeah, 100%.
In what ways in particular do you feel like that it did that?
Um, it let me know that I could be sober,
Okay,
you know what I mean?
good point.
Which I think was a big barrier for me because like since I started doing drugs when I was like, 15, I
Okay,
used like every single day, you know what I mean?
right.
So, I just didn't see myself stopping ever, and it introduced me to like this is how you stop. And I don't know, like AA works, and because I had gone to AA before, but I had always gone drunk
Gotcha.
and, like not taking it that seriously. And yeah, just, I don't know. I met a lot of people that I still, talk to, and
Are you still in
just,
contact with your sponsor?
yeah,
Nice. Okay, that's awesome. I
yeah,
mean, you know, to that's what it's set up for, right?
yeah,
Continued
right.
support.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
and then like, now I'm in finance and there's other people in finance and AA, so they're good people to talk shop with because they're as delusional as I am, you know what I mean? Because it's just an addict thing where like, yeah. So, you know, they're interested in running Jane Street just like me, and will either of us? Almost definitely never, but
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
So you did say that that's one of the things that you begin to use your mastery for is to study finance. What portion, like what do you mean when you say study you're studying finance? Obviously,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Give us the rundown.
yeah, so it started beginning of last summer. I was looking for internships, and I asked at the time, she was my best friend, but I asked her, like, hey, can you ask your dad if he knows anybody? And I met her dad, and he was like, after a conversation, he was like, I could ask around, but I'm thinking I'll just hire you myself.
Hmm.
And he is a consultant. I don't know. He describes himself as like a business therapist,
Okay.
but he'll like he works with mid cap companies, takes them to large cap companies, and then takes a chunk off. Is basically what's going on.
So he helps the
So
company grow? Is that what
yeah.
the okay, I gotcha.
hmm So and then I I think until like COVID, he's never had a financial advisor and always kept his money in the bank.
Hmm.
So when COVID hit, he was like, "Oh, it's a good time to invest." So he taught himself how to invest and got really into investing. But again, never like talked to anybody about any of it. Just went for it. Um, so he hired me to go through his portfolio and analyze, what was good, what was bad, what needed changing, that kind of stuff.
Based off of
And
your
then
study of numbers to look for trends
yeah,
and means. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Was
right.
that
So
useful? I mean, were those two things actually, I mean, you found it really applicable?
yeah, like I have an economics background too,
Okay,
and
cool. That's what I was asking specifically for. I didn't know the word for it. Thank you.
yeah. So, I've like always had a pretty good knowledge of like markets and that kind of thing. So, I don't know, it was a new like I wasn't really interested in finance at first. Like I was a little bit, but it was just something to do.
Right.
And then you kind of see the money that's in it.
Well, that
And
can convince you, right?
yeah, because and then like I don't know, I like it now because it's really just a insanely hard math problem that like isn't solvable, and you just take shots at it. So, but
So hang
I
on,
was
back up
originally,
one second. Let's explore that idea before we go racing too far forward. So you're saying
yeah,
like an economy is an unsolvable math problem that
mhm.
and you think you can only take shots at it because it's ever evolving, or why is that?
Yeah, like so it's kind of like okay, so there's something called stochastic calculus, and
Okay.
then
Wait, hang
this is
on.
the basics. What's
You
up?
explain just you're gonna explain it real quick, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, for sure. So in like the thing about stochastic calculus, it's this calculus of random processes, but random processes are not, you can't, they're not calculable.
I was
You
just
know what I
that was
mean?
kind of
They're,
breaking my brain. I was trying to figure out what you're even talking about, how those two things equated. All right, I'm with you.
yeah. So, like, for example, is for any given stock, e- can you tell me if it's going to go up a cent or down a cent in the next 10 seconds?
No, right? How could you
You know,
possibly? It's based on a
how
number
could
of
you
real life
possibly?
factors.
Yeah. And so instead of trying to know, we just say, like, yeah, we have no fucking clue.
Okay.
And then call it a random process. And then you analyze it as if it's random. And then you end up with, like, your answer ends up being like a probability distribution function.
Okay, so
So,
there's a likelihood that something will occur, is what you just said,
yeah.
right? Okay, gotcha.
Mhm. And, like, then you can make like confidence intervals and different things like that. But then you find that like you can make a 95% confidence interval for what like where a stock is going to be tomorrow, right? Like
Hmm.
with 95% certainty, I can say that will be between these prices tomorrow. But then you get your answer, and that range is so wide that it's useless information.
Huh.
Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So you in again, it's only for tomorrow. You know what I mean?
And
So
you've done all these equations to get
yeah.
tomorrow. Okay.
hmm So then it becomes like, well, how are you gonna? how do you make money, And
Right.
then what my boss introduced me to was options trading, which is you buy contracts for um so if an options contract says it costs like 5 cents, it really costs $5 because you're buying it for 100 shares.
Okay.
So you buy the right to control 100 shares, and then you make money based on how, like, okay, so there are two like options instruments, mainly puts and calls. And then calls are profitable when the stock goes up, and puts are profitable when the stock goes down.
Okay.
So then you can make money off of trends in direction, which, like I said, it's really hard to predict whether a stock's going to move up or down in the next 10 seconds. But it can be easier to predict where a stock's going in like 3 weeks. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And
Hmm.
then the advantage to an options contract is, say, okay, say you paid $5, and this would be like how a contract works. In so say something was trading at like $90, and then um you bought the right to buy it at $100. Okay, but it costs 90. But then it shoots up to 110. Now it's worth $10 per contract to buy it at 100. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you're making a wager essentially. This is layman's
Yeah.
terms, obviously, with the person who owns the stock that it will either go up or go down, but you're going to buy it regardless at this specified price. And sometimes when you call it wrong, they get a better deal because the stock is now worth less than it was, and sometimes you get a good deal because it goes up and you got it for less than the stock is worth.
Hmm.
Is that right?
Pretty
Okay,
much.
cool. All right. So I think I'm following where you're going with that. But that's the first time that anyone's ever explained options to me where like I understood
Yeah.
what it was about. So
Yeah. And then where it gets really powerful is for $5 you now have at 10 dollars for 100 shares. That's
Excuse me.
$1,000.
bless you.
My apologies.
Bless you. No, so it's $1,000 worth of pull for $5 worth of down payment. You know what
Oh,
I
I
mean?
got you. Okay. Huh.
So they're
Because they
leveraged
could all go up.
positions.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Interesting.
options are leveraged. So like, I don't know, the simplest way to think about it is for every penny that a stock moves, the option moves $1.
Okay. Okay. I'm with you. Um, so you pay them a certain price to get the okay, I'm with you. Um,
Hmm.
Isn't there a game that's based off this concept? I feel like I played this as a game, and I didn't realize that it was options trading.
Hmm. I'm
No,
not sure actually.
anybody? You guys, if you're listening, comment below if you know if there is such a game that
Yeah,
exists. It
I would
feels
like
like
to
somebody
know.
would make that into one, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because it
Like a
is
board
kind of,
game?
Yeah, like I think it's
is
like a
there a
board
game?
game, but with cards or something. Like obviously there's Bear, which is kind of like a stock or Pit rather, sorry, which is kind of like a stock
Oh
market game.
yeah.
But it's more just like the stock market floor and not this concept of options. Um, but it's definitely like, yeah, I can see how there's a lot of art of negotiation, and you can back it up with like certain knowledge that you can gain from trends using the
Right.
the randomization calculus.
Yeah. No, 100%. And then and there are different like sensitivity parameters to watch for, like, there are 5 sensitivity parameters to watch for any option. And then you can like neutralize them so that they aren't, that like, if you buy a set of option contracts the right way, then you're like neutralized to these kinds of changes in the underlying values and stuff like that.
What are
Like,
the sensitivities that people should watch out for? If I could pick your brain for really high
um
knowledge.
interest rates,
Okay.
Changing in interest rates will change option prices. Volatility is the biggest thing, which is just how much the underlying is moving, like whether it's, swinging around, like, because a 2% a day move is a big move. You know what I mean? Because,
Okay.
um, so if something's moving around a lot, then options are going to be priced higher. So you have to watch what you're buying. But that can be good for selling because if something's really choppy but you don't think it's going to go anywhere, then you can sell options and essentially make a bet in the other direction where, like, hey, you say it's going to go up, I say it's not going to go up, and you can collect like a premium on that. The other sensitivity is like time decay. So these contracts have expiration dates, and
Okay.
by the time they reach expiration, they're either worth something or worth nothing.
Huh.
And so as it, reaches expiration, the price of the contract will change. Usually it goes to zero.
Gotcha. Or if it's like a really good one, you can see it skyrocket towards the end.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
are the people who hold the stocks, are they the ones offering these contracts?
No, it's other gamblers, really.
Okay.
Um,
He called it in the
yeah.
contract just so that you know. Do you feel like with that, okay, so I think you listed four. Is there one more sensitivity we should know about?
There's just the convexity kind of, it's kind of hard to explain, but essentially, like, because I said a penny change in the underlying is a dollar change in the contract. That's sometimes that's true when contracts are like in the money, when is what you would call it. But like when they're in, like, if they're in the money, then they're worth like cash. Um,
Gotcha.
so if they're not worth anything yet and it's speculative, then the price of the contract will change according to the price of the underlying, but not at a 1-to-1 rate.
Okay, okay. Is that variable, does it also change, or is it like
Yeah,
a
it does.
sliding thing? Oh, wow, that's Uh,
Yeah.
so you said if you can neutralize all five of those. So how do you deal with that one in particular? Because that one seems very tricky.
You, in the real world, what you would do is called delta hedging.
Okay.
And what that would look like is for every contract you have, you would buy a certain amount of the shares at the end of every, like, trading day or trading week to basically counter the direction of the movement of the, so the contract will
Huh.
move and then the stock price will move. And
So
then you
you continue
hold,
compensating for it.
yeah, you hold an amount of the contract that compensates for holding the option.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of
we're going deep
math
today.
games that you're
Yeah,
playing, and for you, you said you like chasing it because it's an ever-evolving math problem that cannot be
yeah,
solved. Um,
yeah.
I think that that's it. I see where you're coming from with all of that. And so you
Hmm.
just get to do that every day to like kind of chase like the options and the contracts that are failing and the new best one.
Hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, you want to sell failing contracts and buy succeeding contracts.
Let me ask
Because
you
if
this.
you,
Sorry,
yeah.
no, keep rolling.
Oh no,
I
you're
can
good.
say
I was
back
just
when.
gonna say, if you buy failing contract, or if you sell failing contracts, then you collect a premium on them, and they go to zero, and you never have to pay up. But that can also be kind of risky. But yeah, that's
That's another way
that's the
to
game.
like counteract it. So when you were a kid and you were chasing the high, because that's what it sounds like. It wasn't that you were like addicted to any particular drug. There's just you wanted the experience of those all the different drugs, and that's why you did those things.
Yeah.
Was just to chase the high. How similar do you feel your job is to that thing that you were like trying to chase? Does it scratch that itch?
Oh
Do you feel like
yeah,
there's
dude.
any? Okay, okay. I didn't know if that was exactly the same, but okay.
For sure. No, because like I don't know. It's interesting because like there are good days and bad days, and which I don't know. Like I guess that's similar to getting high, but
Right.
I don't know. It's like every day is different, which I like, and that's kind of what I think I was looking for. You know what I mean? And then like I quit drugs because then I realized every day was the same in me chasing every day looking different. You know what I mean? But markets
Interesting.
are unpredictable. You never know what you're gonna get. So, um, yeah, if you're highly leveraged, then you're gonna have, some good days and some bad days. And because managing a portfolio, I gotta say, is pretty easy. Like, it's not that hard to get like 20% returns just making good stock picks,
Okay. Fair.
but like yeah, when you trade options, you're putting money on the line, and yeah, no, it is gambling, but I will say in my defense, it's other than like transaction fees, you know what I mean? It's actually like you only like any dollar that you lose, it's called the zero sum game. So any money you lose is money that somebody else has gained, and vice
Right.
versa.
Right.
So it's a fair game. You know what I mean?
You're saying that there is no house because you guys are all just
Yeah,
gambling against the economy, and sometimes people win the economy and sometimes people lose in the economy. You just try to stay ahead of that curve.
exactly.
I mean that's fair. That's an interesting way to do it. My dad does a lot of trading also, and my older
Yeah,
brother as well. And I've always joked, I'm like, you're gambling, right? And he's like, no, it's not gambling. But I think that that's a fairer defense. Is yeah, it is gambling, but there's no one grifting the game, or
yeah.
yeah.
hmm
But is that true? Do you think in the world of politics?
Well, it's more untrue because of like so there are what are called prop firms, and then like really the goal is to work at one of these firms because I started working in finance, and then tried to get a job in finance, but like it's hard because now I manage money for my girlfriend's dad because she's now my girlfriend. um
Gotcha. Oh, is this
but
the one who was a friend who is no longer a
yeah,
friend?
yeah,
Okay, so that was
yeah,
not a bad story. I was wondering about it, but I didn't want to be like, oh, you guys had a falling out. Okay, so you guys are dating now. That's good. Congratulations.
yeah.
I'm glad for you.
No, yeah. I meant to add that, but yeah, so we're dating now. And,
Did,
it's I
does
like
she get
managing
mad
his
if you
money.
called her your ex friend? She
Um,
used to be my
I don't
friend,
know.
but
Yeah.
she's not my friend anymore.
She'll listen to the podcast, so we'll see if she gets
Okay, well,
mad.
if she does, hey, comment below.
Shout
If you have
shout out to
outrage.
Jane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
We
sweet.
love you, Jane.
Uh,
But
Jane, yeah, it's
so
all good fun. It's as a jest. I hope I didn't upset you.
no, yeah,
So okay,
she's
cool. So
cool.
you guys, yeah, became friends, and now you guys are also better friends, hopefully.
Yeah.
So that's okay, cool. So you're managing her dad's portfolio.
hmm And so I like that, but I realized that like if I manage money for a lot of people, then like I have to be responsible to them,
Hmm.
right? And then I would have to give them their money. It was the other thing. But like I don't care about like your kid's college fund. I don't want to have to plan for that. Like just give me the money, let me make money, and I'll give it back to you.
Ah,
But so I
Give
don't
me
really want to
money.
be a financial advisor. Yeah.
sorry, what was that?
Just give me money.
Just give me
Yeah.
money.
No,
Yeah,
literally.
I see. So
I'll
you
make
don't
money.
want to
Just
sit
give me
down.
money. I'll make money.
You don't want to have
hmm
that people to people relationship where you're like,
Makes
okay,
me wasn't that basically the enemy of, or the main antagonist in Casino Royale, the first Daniel Craig James Bond movie, Le Chiffre. Like his whole job was like he took money from like dangerous people around the world and just invested it and made
Oh
more.
yeah. That'd be so,
Yeah,
that'd be a great job. No, because like I from my experience in the gang, I know how to clean dirty money too. So
So,
like
okay,
it's a
and I
good.
wasn't gonna make that connection also, but I was wondering if you felt like there was a connection between the old gang life, running and boosting, trafficking, and like, moving big amounts of money.
I everything happens for a reason, I think,
Right,
and
right.
it came together perfectly. Because no, there is a lot of like, it's the same kind of like it's the same muscles, I would say, like
Yeah,
the kind of wheeling and dealing, and like you can't, when you're trading, it's like you don't always have time to think. You need to, do things immediately. And I don't know, it's the same kind of wheeling and dealing. It's, it's still a
100%.
game to me.
Yeah, yeah. It's the hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic podcast that actually I was following before. I was following a one that Jack and I are both fans of. It's called Hood Politics with
Uh,
propaganda. Where he talks about politics and how it's basically the streets, but with like white people,
yeah,
and lots of money instead of whatever you got on the corner. Um,
for sure.
yeah. That's why I was wondering too, like, you got these skills, but you didn't learn them in school. Um,
Right. That's what I was gonna say, is that yeah, I picked it up somewhere, but you know what I mean. I don't know.
Not the
I didn't get
best
it.
choice. I mean, I think that's what you would also agree to. Like, you would probably not want other people to follow in your footsteps and do that, but good on
I
you
would
for
agree.
turning it around.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because that could have ended up with you getting stabbed or shot, or
For
run
sure.
over, or whatever, any of the things. Um,
Oh yeah,
I see,
dude. I
right.
was kidnapped one time.
You were kidnapped one time.
Yeah.
Just for
Because
like gang activity or like
yeah, we were bringing crack into Detroit. I don't know if I can tell this story. Whatever.
is there
And but
I can edit
I
out
think
anything you need to also if that
yeah.
yeah or if you don't want to be on the record also I understand um
No, it's yeah, but I had a gun on me, and I
mhm.
like forgot that I had a gun on me,
Oh geez.
and somebody checked to see if we had weapons on us, and I did. And
Oh,
so I was thrown down the stairs into a basement, and I was locked in the basement for like a couple hours while my friend went and got more cocaine to give to them to for my freedom, basically.
Ooh.
wow, right, fair, right, not and you of course you're just carrying because you do you're in the game where
Yeah,
it's dangerous, you're gonna need some protection. um
yeah, everybody is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Um, and I'm sure at that time too, you probably smoked an eight or whatever yourself, and just forgot
Hmm.
you have a gun.
No, literally. Yeah,
You're just like,
pretty much
God
exactly
damn
what
it,
happened.
I just forgot, guys. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
explain that in a 10.
guys,
Like, yeah,
guys.
it's cool, guys. Yeah, it's not like you're buying,
trust
acid or
me.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like a little bit like tweaking.
No,
So
yeah, that's the thing. 'Cause people are already like on edge, and then like something happens that they don't like, and everybody freaks the fuck out. Yeah.
how many people were there? Also, was it a closed space you said because you got thrown down some stairs?
Yeah, I was in a house.
Okay, and then how many people you came with some people, so you said like two or three on your side, and how many on theirs?
Yeah, it was three of us and like four of them.
Okay, in like some
Yeah.
apartment living room or something.
Yeah, it was like a house.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And then like yeah, there was like the entranceway, and then the steps were like right next to the entranceway, and then
Uh,
they like took me, like we walked in a little bit, then they took me back to the entranceway and threw me down the yeah.
man,
All because you brought a gun in.
you wrote again
Yep.
to where
To
you're making a
a
deal.
literal
Yeah,
crack
because I
house.
mean
Yeah.
they're worried about getting
A,
robbed for sure.
a little crack house.
Yeah,
Did you call the crack house little to their face? Because that could have
that
also had
may have
something to do
triggered
with
the
it.
whole thing. You
Yeah,
called my crack
that could
house
have.
little? Let me see if you got any
Yeah.
guns on you.
Well, this is a nice little crack house, would you say?
What'd you say? This is a crack home. Turn around, let
Yeah.
me
Are
pat
you
you
making
down.
fun of this? Are you making fun of the size of my crack house right now?
Yeah,
You better
exactly.
not be.
Have you ever seen the movie A Scanner Darkly?
I've not.
I do enjoy that movie.
Um, it's funny. I watched it just last night, and the reason that Keanu Reeves's character gives in the movie for why he left his stable family to become an undercover like drug enforcer guy was because of exactly what you said there, where it's just like he was tired of like the same thing every day. It was like killing him inside, and
Yeah.
he wanted to live like he wanted to live a different day every day,
Hmm.
and um
It's an
and
interesting parallel. I've forgotten all about that.
yeah, it's very funny. Like he like just went to the kitchen to get something and hit his head like on the corner of a cabinet door, and it cut his head open. And he like said that it just like the pain was a moment of clarity for him to understand that his life was so dull. It was just the same every day. It was never going to change, and he couldn't stand that. It's
That's
like
interesting.
it's like exactly what you just said right there.
Yeah.
And what another interesting thing, because you're talking about coming from rehab, like in that movie, like he becomes an addict for this substance
Oh
D
yeah.
on purpose. Like he's purposefully, that's the whole point of the movie, is that they are purposely like turning him into an addict to try and like prove that this company is making this drug to purposefully
Oh
like
yeah.
drug the population. But anyway.
Right, that is a plot. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, again, it's been a long time since
Cool.
I've seen that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is an interesting movie. Yeah, and then to bring it out, um, really interesting. The animation in that is the main reason I've watched that movie several times.
Oh,
I've
so
forgotten what,
trippy,
and
dude.
it is super trippy to watch it. Um, and
Yeah,
it's
I had
Keanu Reeves,
forgotten.
right? With the
Dude,
wrote
Keanu Reeves, Robert Downey Jr., Winona Ryder, Woody Harrelson, fucking
Cool.
great cast in that movie. Like
Damn.
you forget just how many fucking great actors are in that movie altogether. Um, yeah, it's a great movie. But yeah, the animation is so trippy. Um, the like there are doctors at certain points in the movie where they're trying to like basically study like how far gone his addiction is, but they're trying to not let him on, like not let on that they're doing that.
right.
And it's just like so creepy and funny. Like um they like it's just the faces, man. Like they tell him to go take these flowers to this woman, and when they tell him like you should take them to her, just the fucking look on the doctor's face is just so creepy. It's just so great. Like the animation really lends itself to the story.
It's
For
true.
sure.
It's not just a like a little like spectacle or whatever. Like it's intentional to the design of the story. Definitely helps that.
Pretty cool.
Um, Yeah, let me segue real quick to a break since we've gotten to the first hour. Um, just to call out to you listening to the Cox and Space podcast. We're here with Jack Haynes, Skip Marazzi, and Adam Leshok. We are here working on the Cox and Space project, drawing up Luna. And if you guys are interested in being a part of that, you can be. You can go to coxinspace.com. It's coxinspace.com, and you can get attached to our Patreon. Our Patreon you can support on multiple levels. It starts just $5 a month, which just helps us keep the server going that we've got, and also keep the artwork flowing, and get in touch with some other people to get the animation rolling. And the animation is going to take a lot of work, so we're trying to get that started. The cool thing about becoming a Patreon member is that you become part owner of the project and you earn a percentage when the show pays out. So consider that for just $5 a month for however long you're committed to it. It just stacks up. And even when you decide to not, you've still got your money in the bank on that one. You can also join the Discord, which is through coxinspace.com. You can come hang out with us in the green room, catch the jokes that we make then, and then the post show, and then you can catch the show live and add any chats or comments that you want to throw that to our guests. Because we talked to a number of interesting people. We're going to continue to talk to a number of interesting people. This month we have Joe Morgan coming back and Kokomo. We have Jack McLaughlin coming in this Friday to talk about movies. And then we have a good friend of ours, Ryan Williams, coming in the 30th next week to talk about his life. which Adam, I wish you could be around for. He has a very similar life too. He went into comedy after he did a lot of crazy adventures, and he found that that was kind of the thing. But we are here with Adam, and he got connected to us through Facebook, which you can do on our Cox and Space website. Also, get connected with our Facebook, talk with Aaron Casbiel, and come talk with us about the interesting things that you do and have done with yourself. So we're here with Adam, a stand-up comedian
Yeah.
whose socials I forgot to call out at the beginning of the show. So do you want to call those out now if anyone wants to follow you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was late, so I don't blame you. But
I just totally forgot. I was excited to talk to you, so I forgot to introduce you.
yeah, Lesh on Twit is my Twitter.
Okay.
Lesh underscore Finsta is my Instagram. I gotta rebrand that, but it's Lesh Finsta right now. And then I'm on YouTube, and Lesh on YouTube.
Okay.
I do videos about, I don't even know, video games. I did a video about my first set. I'm gonna do a video about my worst set because I ate shit in a black room last week, and I don't think anything is gonna top it that I do anytime. Like, it'd be hard for it to go that bad again.
Did they
So
throw
yeah.
things at you and stuff, or
It was that they didn't come for comedy, and like, so the show started, the comedy
Damn.
was
A black
supposed to
crowd that
start.
didn't come for comedy. That is the
oh, you just
toughest
said
room that you are going.
yeah,
That
they're
is a
pissed at
tough.
you there.
That's
All
a
right.
tough fucking room. That's a
Dude,
tough fucking.
at some point a girl laughed at my joke and her friend shushed her.
Don't encourage that man. He will keep doing it if you
Yeah,
encourage him. You're like, ma'am, actually, I'm here for 5 minutes and I'll be out of
yeah,
your hair in a few, so don't
Please,
sweat.
no, please.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
dying. I'm dying. I'm
no,
literally dying
And
inside.
like to her friend, you're like,
Shut
I
up,
love you so much. Will you marry me, please?
yeah, no, dude, like,
mommy. That man's dying. Let him die.
Let him die. Let him die. Right?
and then
That's tough, man. I'm
at
sorry.
another point, somebody turned to his friend and goes, "Take his notebook."
Oh, oh, geez. Oh my God.
Damn, dude. No, dude. Have
Damn.
you ever heard the
Ah,
stories about the Apollo?
No,
Um,
I don't
yeah,
think
like
so.
this was for musical acts. I don't know if it's for like comedy
I
acts.
think
I
they
don't know if
have
they
done
have
some
comedy
comedy
acts that
there,
get
but I
Apollo.
think mainly music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they will have an open, or they used to have an open mic night, or just like an open night where anyone in the community could just play. But
Mhm.
the crowd would either cheer you on, or if you were good, or boo you off the stage.
Jeez.
And dude, motherfuckers I think mostly get booed off the stage. I guess I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's just like if you are not doing well, I mean, they will boo your ass off stage. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
like who you are. You could be grandmama, you could be like a little kid, and whatever. It's like if you're not doing, they will boo the fuck out of you.
That's a tough way to
Damn.
So
do a
That's
performance.
kind of awesome.
But also, when you get that cheer, though, you're like, hell yeah.
Oh,
exactly when you got
yeah.
the crowd. I mean, when you work it, that's how you know you made it, I guess. But
No, I'm literally determined to go back to that room and do well. Like, I don't
That's the
know.
spirit, man.
let them know. Listen, first way that you're going to increase by tens of percentage points is that they know that they're coming for comedy. Like, let that be the main
Yeah.
reason
Right, yeah,
No,
they're
people are
dude,
there.
ready to laugh
No
already.
one, no
that was
one
the thing. No,
likes
because
being surprised like that.
the comedy show was supposed to start at 7:30. I went up first. I didn't go up till 10.
Uh-huh.
Um, because there was no audience. So we were like waiting for the audience to have a show, but
Uh-huh.
the
What?
audience was
No.
waiting for the comedy to be over to show up. So it
Wow.
was, there was a misunderstanding. It was a clash of, what are you going to do?
I mean,
That was bad on the
it's
promoter
not
for
your
sure.
fault. It
Yeah, the
Yeah,
is
promoter
just a
should
tough
not have done that to
situation
you.
for you
Yeah,
there. That is a tough situation.
yeah. So I'll probably make a video about that soon.
that'll be fun.
Um,
So you're not only
yeah,
just doing the stand up, but you're also documenting your progress with the stand up as sort of like, so people can be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That's fun.
Yeah, I record pretty much all my sets, and
Okay.
then my roommate is a film person, so he, um, has a nice camera, and he'll record some of my sets with that.
Oh,
So
nice. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
cool.
That there's a lot to be said for good footage of stand-up, even if it's bad stand-up.
Yeah.
There's so much that's shot from a phone, at a bad angle and bad lighting, that
Mhm.
it can be really funny, and still you're like, yeah, but they're hard to hear and very far away.
Yeah, right, right.
So that's cool. That's
What
awesome.
video games do you play?
Um, on YouTube, I play like Call of Duty and stuff. Right now, super into Elden Ring. Um, if you
Oh,
played that,
you're posting about that?
I have.
I haven't posted about it yet
Okay.
because it's on my roommate's PS4. So I don't know. It's like in the other room, and
Nice.
yeah, what I mean? It's just been a laziness thing so far. But I probably will make a video once I beat the game. Just talking about the game because yeah, it's um, I'm like super into it right now
For
because
real.
I'm just like getting good enough to like use whatever weapons I want and
Oh,
like
hell yes.
yeah. So it's just getting fun because like the first 50 hours of me playing, I was probably just like I was just terrified of everything in
100%.
the game. You
That's
know
the
what
way
I
to play
mean?
the game.
Yeah, and now I'm like looking to kick some ass and stuff
See,
like
and
that.
this is what I love about all those blood born
Yeah,
death
Souls-like
sorry,
games.
demon souls, yeah, games,
Yeah,
is that they're really, really hard and he makes you earn it, but once you get past the
yeah.
tipping point, it becomes so fun because you're like, yeah, you son of a bitch, like you used
Hmm.
to come for me and now I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So
right.
I mean, the game's been out for a while, so spoilers are not a huge thing. Where are you at right now in the game?
Um, let's see. My maiden just died.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
yeah. So I'm close to the end of the. My roommate has the DLC too, so I'll be playing the DLC. So I'm
fun.
close to
Okay,
the end of the main game. Um, I'm at the Halig tree,
okay.
and and then yeah, like the crumbling farm, Azula or whatever, are like my two main areas right now.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder if any of those words are meant to be said out loud, or if you're only supposed to see them written on a screen and then
No,
type them
totally.
to other people.
You're totally right. Because as I was saying it, I'm like, am I saying this correct? Yeah.
Right,
No,
and I don't think that they may have ever even said them out loud either, right? Like that's a George R. R.
dude,
Martin.
yeah. No, and that's like one of my bigger gripes with the game is that like every character, like it's Melina and Melina and
Right.
Ronnie and Radagon and
Radagon!
yeah. But like I don't know who the hell anybody is because they're all the same.
There's no distinct naming. Yeah, we ran into that problem with one of our scripts too. I kept mixing up both their names because they start with the same letter, and they were like similar
Yeah.
bad guys to each other. And then so we just made them like a Mario Wario situation, and then everything was
Oh
cleared
yeah,
up.
right.
Yeah, so it's weird that they didn't, at some point along the development, they're like, God damn, we can't even keep these names straight.
I
Uh,
know. No,
so
totally.
maybe it was all like separate divisions and everyone was only working on their own thing, and then it was all brought together.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh man, it's too late. We wrote all the text.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I could see that. Cause yeah, no, it's kind of annoying. But honestly, like one of the
Fair.
best games out there. I'm gonna
What
play
game
the
Um,
it?
other
What game?
Still
Elden
Elden
Ring.
Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring.
Oh,
Gush about
Elden
Elden Ring.
Ring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be really into Call of
Jack,
Duty, like
do you want it
oh
to be a table or do you want it to be a lounge? Or like something where the
See, I wanted. Okay, so I figure by the stage, like that's where like in the immediate by the stage, that's where like some tables would be.
That would make
And
sense,
then
right? They have to have a place to put their bowls anyway.
yeah, and then the further away that you get, like there would be more
Because
loungy
you're talking
type
about the
stuff. So
reveal. Yeah, okay, I'm with you.
yeah, so I'm gonna so like here, let me go back to my
And we will see like a reverse shot of this uh
exactly.
at
That's
the
what
end. But it won't be like when we get to page
exactly.
6, we see the reverse. So it'll be
I
fun. Yeah,
want
we
to put
see like all
some
the cats. Yeah, sorry.
I want to put some heads out here, kind of, so that we indicate that there's like people back, like in a way that we can't like see that are in the foreground, but we haven't like we're going to like just see like them in silhouette, like they're just going to be like shadows,
Right, because she needs an audience, and that's the
Yeah,
key thing to this frame is she has an audience,
and I think
matching
that'll
with her.
kind of yeah, I think like that sort of foreshadowing, like it's like literal foreshadowing, and it like just it kind
Well,
of
it's
just
shadows in the
immediately
foreground to do the
exactly
joke fair and Cosfield. Yeah.
yeah. It's oh yeah, I'm sorry. Am I doing Cos's jokes? I shouldn't be
Well,
making
you
the
got
funny
to. I
joke.
mean, he's doing. I think the Mark Ridley's Comic Castle tonight, with a
Oh
bunch of other
gotcha.
comics. So which is good. Props to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, while he's not here, somebody has to fill in the puns, for him. So it was good teamwork on both of us because
Thank you, thank
you
you.
propped it up, and then I was able to like pop it over the net. So
So let's make it a table first, and we'll see
okay.
how we feel about it. I have it on a separate layer, so we can always remove it.
It's
And
it's totally fine. So we do need to see that some cats are fat in this shot. But we might be able to do it on the other side too. Like they might be in the background, like we
yeah,
see like a fat shadow or something. So it
yeah,
doesn't do like a full reveal. Um,
because we
because
still have our protags. They're going to be standing on either side of her right here, and
yeah,
you
that's
can
what I was
kind of
thinking is you
see.
have space probably there, and then we don't have to like go heavy with it, but and we want them to be the focus. So I think the whole idea of shadows is really great. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
we'll see if we can fit in a fatty Bo Batty.
the thing about all the pussies here on Pussy Paradise is that they're fat pussies. And that's like it's really like essential plot. And that's the only reason I'm like, yeah, cool, shadows are awesome and I love them. And then also the only one who isn't is Luna. Because she's like not buying into the sadness, basically.
But I'm gonna make a gut right because, dude, this guy
Yeah, because
is.
that's yeah, right. We can even do the thing where he's like, you don't fully see him, yeah. And
But
like
he's
he's
like
like,
leaning
yeah, massive.
forward. Wait a
I
minute, what is this?
like where you're going with that. Thank you.
See, I
Um,
can't. I'm sorry. I started him on this layer. I can't put him on the same layer as the table. Duh.
we might have to do something. No, I think that would probably work. Adam, you said you got into Call of Duty for a while, and then you weren't.
That was like why I started YouTube in the first place, was to upload Call of Duty videos when I was like 14.
Okay,
Um, and then yeah, I don't know. I made some good friends from playing Call of Duty. Shout out to Raw Almax. But yeah, that was like my introduction to like video editing and I don't know, kind of entertainment. I don't know.
nice, gotcha. Were you just like talking as you were playing the video, and then chopping that up?
Like making montages of like
Oh, cool.
yeah, like sniper clips.
Sniper.
Yeah, no, it's
Scopes.
pretty sick. Um, like quad feeds and stuff, like just going into their spawn and killing everybody. Yeah,
Sick.
kill like 10 people. Yeah,
Right.
it's tight.
I got all of them. So that's 14-year-old
Exactly.
dude doing that, posting to YouTube. Uh,
Yeah.
fun. So is that why you have to rebrand it now because it's more like focused on the comedy and the stand-up?
I don't know what my channel is focused because I made a new channel like 2 years ago, and then I don't know. Like the end last channel is like the most popular things on it are like math videos.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have knowledge that other people don't, so they're coming to hear about it.
Yeah, I did a video called Math and Terrorism,
Hmm.
which was I read the Unabomber's PhD thesis,
Okay.
and that got like 20,000 views.
So you just verbatim read it? Did you do commentary as well?
No, yeah, I did I like explained what he was saying.
Interesting. What are the thoughts that you had on that?
Um,
I mean, they can watch the video, of course, but like just like a
yeah,
your
let's see.
takeaway.
So he, my takeaway was that he was very like the way he writes math is very wordy. And like, I don't know, I kind of just made fun of him for that after a while. Because like trying to read through the paper is like, okay, we understand exactly what you're saying. Like, get to your point, make your point. You know what I mean? So,
Gotcha.
yeah. But you could tell he was pretty, like, he was definitely smart. Um, like,
What was this paper on?
like differential geometry, I think, maybe. It was like on like
What? What
higher
is that? What
dimensional
does that even mean?
spheres. Basically like how higher dimensional surfaces work.
Higher dimensional as in
Like 3D, 4D, 5D.
so is it theoretical or they actually talk about things that move in those spaces?
Um, things that would theoretically move in that space.
Uh, okay, wow, that's a really high math concept, which is brand new to me. Okay, so I understand the
Yeah.
concept of different layers, right? Like a three-dimensional, if someone's in a four-dimensional creature moving through a three-dimensional space, seems to
Hmm.
appear from far away from our point of view, but staying in one place until they actually are able to interact with us, and then would recede in the same way,
Right.
something like that. Um, so let me ask you this: do you know why somebody would want to calculate such things?
Well, so yes, because in math, like when you get to like really high end math, the concept of dimensions doesn't mean the same thing anymore. Um,
What
in
does it mean?
dimensions, di every dimension is essentially a new variable.
Okay.
So if you need to measure something with several variables, you have to use multiple dimensions to do it.
Oh, dimensions just like depth and height and width, because those are all dimensions of a thing.
Well,
And so,
he's
Right.
saying
so you're
he's saying
saying
it means something different
if
though.
something has six variables, then you can calculate it that way. Something with six dimensions, like in a group of statistics where you're calculating height and economic factors and skin color and educational background, that sort of thing. Is that what you're
Right.
talking about?
Those are, yeah, those all add a dimension.
Oh, okay, cool. That is super useful. Okay, I was thinking like in terms of sci-fi and I couldn't figure out why they would exist. Okay, so he's talking about taking in large amounts of data and how you like assimilate it into useful information.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
Ooh,
where
okay.
this math, that's not what he was doing, but that's where this math ends up
That's
going.
where it would apply. Okay, okay. Is
What
what he
did you
was
Yeah.
writing.
mean? What did you mean when you said that a dimension means something else at this higher level of math?
Well, it doesn't mean like, I just meant it doesn't mean like height, width, that kind of like what you're generally thinking of when you think of dimensions.
It can be any
Gotcha.
set of variables.
Right.
Right.
That's really cool. Um, do you think that what he wrote in his paper was groundbreaking, or is it just kind of like him explaining an idea that is at this point understood,
Um,
and he was just doing it as like a paper? Obviously, it's his thesis, so it's
so
supposed to be something good, right?
yeah, so pretty much to write a PhD thesis, you need new math, right? So it was new math,
Huh.
but he was kind of like, um, I would say kind of like, he, if he hadn't done it, somebody else would have.
Okay, gotcha. So it's just like the next logical step mathematically.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
all right.
much. Like, because that whole area of math is kind of finished now. So, like, he probably would have moved on to other math had he stayed in academia longer.
What finished it? How is it?
It just like, like
Or what's the
every
new
once
thing?
in a while, yeah, just something new comes out, and then like all the questions about something have kind of been answered, and then that's just, kind of a chapter of math completed.
What do you think is the big new math thing that's going on? Do you know? You've been out of academia for a little while, I suppose.
No, I could tell you.
What is it?
Cohomology is the new thing that, like,
Cohomology. Is similar
yeah.
how similar things are together? The study of how similar what what is it?
Let me get up a definition for
Okay.
cohomology.
This is a brand new thing.
Um,
Jack, have you heard of cohomology?
I have not.
Do you have any idea? It's,
I
math is
don't.
fascinating to me because it's a science that I definitely don't understand, although I understand it's all around us all the time and would be useful to understand it.
Yeah, I am not good at math. I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
But actually getting it to work for me, when I do, I'm super happy. And I don't just mean like cranking numbers. Sometimes I mess with like symbols and stuff like that, basic algebra to find variables, not anything exciting. Um, but yeah, just, you know, anything beyond that.
yeah,
When you
no,
start to
math is,
talk like something that has six dimensions and, finding information from that, I'm like, that sounds cool. I wish I could use that information. Um,
yeah,
but
yeah. So, no, yeah, math's a lot of fun. I don't know. I think, like, knowing the amount of math I do, I don't think that people are taught math very well.
okay,
And,
I agree with you.
um, yeah, and I think that, like calculus could come way earlier, for example. Like, people would be fine with
Really?
like I'm about to teach a middle schooler calculus.
Oh.
Yeah. Um, but
So
like
real quick to
it's
sum up, what is calculus? Like, what is the special classification? Like, geometry is the study of shapes. Algebra is the study of finding missing variables. What is calculus? That might be wrong, but
yeah, that's about right. I would say calculus is the study of curves.
okay, which is really useful in all the modern sciences, or a lot of the modern sciences,
Yeah.
because the way molecules move, the way airplanes happen,
Yeah.
making
Things
certain
are
stress on buildings work appropriately.
things
Okay.
are like the real world is continuous, is what you would say. Because like problems can be
Uh,
discrete or continuous. And, like
so
a
like a
problem with
closed
a
system or an open system.
well, like a problem where you roll a dice, that's discrete, right? Because there are one of six outcomes.
Uh-huh.
But in the real world, like what's a stock price? That's not,
Tomorrow or in 3 days or in 15
yeah.
days. Right. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
it's continuous because like to some extent, and this is like if we had finance people in the room, they would all argue about this. But
In the comments
basically,
below, do it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say something really kind of controversial here.
Let's
But
hear it.
basically today's price depends on yesterday's price, okay?
Ooh.
You yeah,
Okay.
you could call me crazy.
Okay.
Um but and then there is a path between yesterday's price and today's price, right?
True.
So
True.
like what happened along that path is calculus.
That makes sense. You talk about social physics and measuring social physics to predict the outcome. And also, I think what you're saying is essentially a truth. Like, I stand with you on that side, not even knowing that much about finance and the math. So I might also
Hmm.
be incorrect. So I don't know if this is the vouch that I hope that it is. But the fact of the matter is that everything is in a continuous chain of events that cannot be escaped. So, of
Exactly.
course, yesterday's price affects today's price, and today's price is going to
Hmm.
affect tomorrow's price because they don't just occur out of
Uh-huh.
nowhere.
Yep, exactly. 100%.
So you're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
run a
you're
problem that takes
understanding.
in the most amount of variables. that might
Pretty
need to be
much.
measured. That's a neat
Hmm.
application of math.
Right. Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
See, is that what you do for your whatever 9 to 5? I don't know how many hours you spend on it, but that's what you get to do with your time.
Pretty much like right now, a lot of my work looks like because I decided that like I got lazy,
Uh-huh.
so right now I'm trying to make, and then like I don't know, this isn't lazy, but right now I'm trying to write code to tell me what to do instead of having to figure out what to do.
No, do you know the book the 2080 principle?
I don't own it, but I've heard of the principle.
Yeah, just the idea that if you can, 20% of anything is going to do 80% of the work for a thing.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't try to look at the overall problem. You should try to find out what the 20% is. And the theory that's postulated there that I have found to be true in just living experience is the
Hmm.
person who's both smart and lazy is going to get you the best product,
Yeah.
that's the most efficient because they don't want to do all the extra work. Um,
Hmm.
and so
No,
they'll just
yeah,
do the
for sure.
essentials to make sure that it does work. Yeah, so I see where you're going with that. I have also calculated or like coded some of the things I wanted to calculate, so I didn't have to keep running calculations because they need to be the same all the
Yeah.
time. Or I just need to
Hmm.
input a variable and get what I wanted out of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. Like I found this code. This one code I wrote um has like literally if I could apply it, it would be breaking the market. But the problem is it tells you it always knows exactly what you should invest in yesterday. So
Hmm. Okay.
yeah,
And so if you could
yeah.
predict what yesterday was in a series of yesterdays, then it's going to give you some picture of what tomorrow might be.
Hmm.
And again, this is a hot topic that people should be, flaming each other in the comments about as we speak. Um,
Yeah. No, yeah.
okay.
It is. It's
Um, so I mean, so the other idea is that life is just totally random, and you can never really predict anything because there's too many variables to calculate.
and that's more true.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that's more true than anything that I've been able to put together so far.
I mean, I just, again, just living life. I want
Yeah.
to. So I want to in my like hyperactive brain to like make things
Hmm.
nice and easy for myself. But every time I do that, it seems like there's just another thing that comes springing out, and I can't tell if that's
Yeah.
like, a device, like a bug in reality or a feature of reality that it just,
Hmm.
it doesn't want you to be too easy because some reason, we
Yeah.
need our entertainment. I don't know if you subscribe to the living in the matrix theory or any of those like attachments, but I'm sure a lot of
I
people
don't know if
around
I've
you
heard
do.
him.
What's that?
I don't know if I've heard him.
So there's an idea that we're living in a virtual world, or like that the
Yeah.
the one that's a step back from that is like we're in the dream of God, wherever that is, whether it's cybernetic or organic. Um,
Mm.
So, and the reason that things happen is because the being that is greater than us is merely trying to keep us entertained in the system so that we keep playing it. Because it's a fun game for them to play and we're its
Oh
pet.
yeah.
And it's kind of one of the speculations along those lines. I think it's if you like take Christianity and make it more spicy, that's where you would go with it. So,
Yeah. I
I
kind of
don't
get what
know.
you man.
I'm not saying I subscribe to it. I'm just saying it's a thing that exists.
Yeah, no,
And
that's a fun
possibly,
idea.
yeah, it's a fun idea, right? Um, don't get too wrapped up in silly ideas that are unprovable, uh,
Right.
because they're fun to think about, but at the same time, um, don't don't run down that rabbit trail.
Yeah. No, that's a yeah.
So, what is your
That's fun.
favorite conspiracy at the moment?
Ooh, I don't know. I for because
Hey,
I've been
Jack,
trying to do a bit on stage
can,
about it, but
can
like,
you make that a cat bowl with cat food in it?
Oh yeah, sure. Can Can you have a drink and a cat bowl, or?
He could, but it's just like really essential that it's like the food is like spilling. The reason that they're there is to eat this food. Um, yeah, that's all.
But I would have said Epstein, but it's become too like mainstream.
You talking about the he didn't kill
Uh,
himself conspiracy that's totally
Um,
true that he
conspiracies
was
can be mainstream, can't they?
yeah, and also
yeah, they can.
conspiracies can be true because they're actual conspiracies.
Yeah, MK
I mean,
Ultra is mainstream
Right.
and true. So
yeah. I mean, okay, I meant to call it your profile picture because it was fantastic because Epstein and the
Yeah.
former President Clinton together
Right.
looks like in some cramped quarters. Every time I see a photo of those two together, for some reason they always look slimy. Like when you've been
Yeah.
like you're like 4 or 5 hours into like a trip and you have that sticky feeling all over your skin because you've been sweating out all those things. Or like I'm sure like coming down from like any number of drugs,
Yeah.
that feeling. That's what it always looks like. Those pictures have that exact look to it to me, and I'm not. There's nothing particular about them, but I don't know. It did
No, I
before,
kind of.
and then I found out about Epstein. I was like, oh yeah, creepy, gross. Sorry.
Yeah.
gross.
No, you're right though. I
Um,
agree.
so where do you stand on
So
Epstein, right? Like you believe that there is an actual cover up, or you believe that the cover up story is a conspiracy?
well, like I knew about Epstein before he was arrested. So,
Wow. Okay.
uh, yeah,
How
from
did you
like
know about
podcasts
Epstein?
that
Oh,
I
okay, okay.
podcast. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Um, but so I don't know, just that he was like a long term like Mossad asset and he probably like got all the money, his money from Ghislaine Maxwell's dad, who was
Uh,
also a Mossad asset. And I think that like he was so rich that I don't think he ever made any money. And I don't think that like I think that that's where Maxwell's money went, but I think that like the island and stuff was just bought by Israel. Like I don't think a person can actually fund something like that by themselves. I think yeah.
okay, I gotcha. So interesting. You're talking that you think that there's a deeper conspiracy that he was like a sleeper agent, and the reason he's connected with so many people, and the reason he used the tools that he did, women and drugs and parties,
Hmm.
was to get them to talk about things. And that's why
Yeah.
he's killed off is because he's not because he's a pedophile. There's justice being done, but because they don't want him to talk.
No, yeah. I think when he was arrested, he was pretty much like, yeah, I'll tell you whatever you need to know. And then they were like, yeah, no, you're done.
Damn, that is a hot take, Jack. Have you heard that before? Is that something that you believe is true about the Epstein case?
Well, yeah, like there had been like Adam said, like podcasts on Epstein and how he had connections to people like U.S. presidents and the Mossad. So, things that he knew could potentially be, like intelligence used
Okay,
for
also, and you're
the
talking, they don't even
Israeli
have to
government.
intentionally trying to be taking him out just because he's ready to flip because he has so many charges against him is the reason
Well,
that they don't want him to say stuff because there's a lot of people who know that he has a lot of their secrets.
yeah, so many people have something to lose, and also,
So you're saying
intelligence
that the Epstein
agencies have.
suicide was more like a Pink Panther movie where everyone's trying to sneak in and kill him at the same time. They keep running into each other, like that those sort of
Yeah,
hijinks are
dude,
happening outside the
probably,
cell. And they're like, "No, I was
probably.
here first. I'm gonna take him out." It's like, "No, I was here first. I had domination."
Yeah, dude, literally, probably that's yeah.
Jack, I'm sorry to
Because
cut
like
you off. Is
based
that
on
kind of where you were going with that?
That is not where I was going with that, but
Sorry.
it's interesting to think about, I guess. I bet that it was not a thing of really anybody going to kill him. I mean, I think he probably had I think every time he turned around, he was probably being told by somebody who had been paid to tell him that if he didn't kill himself, then he was going to be killed. I,
Wow,
have,
that's an even hotter. I'd not even consider that the Epstein, the conspiracy that
yeah,
Epstein didn't kill himself is the fact that he actually did kill himself and he was given the tools to do it
like,
himself.
make no
Yeah,
mistake,
I
like,
think that's yeah.
he was killed. Like, I mean, he was going to be killed, like, by someone, but he probably was just, harassed. Because again, to me, that's the Occam's razor of it.
Right.
Because
Simplest
you
explanation
don't,
between two things, sure.
you don't, yeah, like the threat of some shit happening is definitely enough for some people to just, be like, well, I'm gonna go out on my own terms. And
Fair.
I have no doubt that there could be some people that, could visit you. Like, I don't doubt that he wasn't visited by some people that don't want to be on camera that were basically like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
Right.
Like, if you
Is
don't
he
do it, it's gonna happen.
and probably stood
Um,
there until he was finished, being like, "All right, cool, we know, good, you good
Yeah, because
job well done."
if you have an assassin, that's a loose end. You got to take care of the assassin. You got to take care of whoever helped make
Yeah.
the assassin plans.
Right.
Like, it's much easier and cleaner if you can just terrorize the motherfucker into killing himself. And I don't doubt that that's. I mean, because again, you have people on the outside that you probably care about. He probably had some kind of family somewhere, or like
Right.
someone.
Yeah. I mean, he has a brother who's on fucking like. You know who Tim Dillon is?
I do not.
I don't either.
Okay, so he's a comedian and has a podcast, but Tim Dillon was saying that his people had reached out to Mark Epstein to be on the podcast.
Okay.
Huh. To hear what his life is like now?
I have no idea.
Unless he knows what was going on the island, I don't think anybody probably. I mean, I guess maybe people want to hear his perspective.
He must know something, right?
He must
I
know
don't.
something. He could
I
at
don't know,
least
man.
tell more about Epstein, because Epstein's like not a. I don't know, because like he's not a very public. He wasn't a very public figure, but then like apparently he's talked to some journalist for like over 100 hours in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, like on the like there's a recording somewhere of yeah. So, I don't know. I think that but based on what I know about him, I was gonna say like I think that he never would have killed himself, but Aaron's kind of right. I think that he could have just been harassed into killing himself, and that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Jack. Also, that that
Or
makes the most sense.
Jack, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's all right. I just want to mention that he that you have two guys who show up arms crossed, tell them that they work for whoever they're working for, and you tell them to get it done. It makes sense. Yeah, I was also surprised when the whole Epstein thing happened. I was like, who even is this guy? And then found out how well connected he was, and I was like, that's a huge surprise. Like, how did that? Yeah, it did make sense, right? So like he was well connected but not well known, which I think
Yeah.
does kind of lead to that asset theory, possibly, because he's not
Mhm.
trying to draw any attention to himself. He's not a socialite in that way, so obviously he doesn't have that as a social agenda, which most people in that position would. They would want to be known.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah,
I think his proximity to political figures too, just
yeah, and a bunch more over
and
a lot of
and
time.
and mafia figures, which includes Donald Trump, who, I mean,
Oh yeah.
everybody that has been following the Epstein thing knows that, like, Donald Trump was specifically called out in Epstein's black book, which was snuck out by one of his like employees. So that we know that this book is like an unfiltered look into the, you know,
Hmm.
uh, empire. Donald Trump, his name is like circled by one of Epstein's closest, like, butlers, to be like, yeah, that he was one of the main guys. He was one of the main dudes.
Right, right.
Um,
And
so
then the whole
Yeah.
beauty pageant thing makes sense for
yeah,
Donald Trump. Right, the influence and rise to power, even though he's really bad at doing any kind of business and turning a profit within making it successful. I don't know
yeah,
if it's an actual quote, but his mom even describes him as an idiot. Um, You know, just, I don't know if that's an actual quote. It was just a
That's
meme.
pretty
I'm
funny.
sorry, I was throwing that out as a quote.
It's
No actual
real
facts are spoken on the show, just so you guys know. These are just opinions of the people speaking them. So
for sure. Yeah, no, it's
yes,
interesting because I was going to say too, the failing upwards that Trump has done is kind of reminiscent of somebody who would have mob ties or like, you know what I mean? Some people that need to clean money or something like that.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
having known now the ties that he has to Epstein, who is confirmed, not conjecture, confirmed to have been a person who sold information for money, brokered
Yeah.
in blackmail, that it makes perfect sense for Trump to have been close to him, to have been engaged in similar dealings, or just to have like had a proximity to that to use leverage to move up in the world,
Right.
gain ties and connections to things. I mean, we know that he's a shady motherfucker that doesn't like to pay his debts. So,
Hmm.
uh, I mean, I don't understand why it's so hard for people to even make this leap. But yeah, you're absolutely
Well,
right, Adam.
I mean, of course, I've seen season Trump. The thing that he can be an absolute failure and still acts like he's not, and people believe him. And because
Yeah.
that's been a long time thing with Trump. I mean, you can watch him on even The Apprentice, like the way that he carries himself, and that's I'm sure that he saw that as very useful because if he could get him in power, then he has his guy in power.
Hmm.
It's sort of poetic that Epstein got like his Trump got into a position of power, but Epstein did not live to see it. Like I wonder if the oligarchy
And he
would
died in
be
2019.
so
I
much.
think he did live to see, because he died in 2019.
Well, I'm talking about the election of Trump because I think
Oh,
this
gotcha.
is the one that again this is just conjecture, but like he's trying to become the king of America. And if he did have somebody who was savvy behind him, like Epstein, how much worse it could be.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, for sure. Well, because I know that because in 2018 he did that interview with the journalist, right? And in that he was saying that like Trump would call him from the White House all the time, talking about like the inner workings of like, who he's blaming for what and like all that shit.
Oh my God. And he's placed from the Mossad, right? Like so all the
Yeah.
information is going right.
Yeah,
Wow.
Trump's a moron for that. It's
Well, I mean,
crazy.
or he just recognizes that it's useful and he has no scruples. It's hard to tell sometimes
Yeah,
where
that's
the balance
fair.
between those
That's a good
things
point.
are.
No. Or
But
again, it's all part of the plan, because it's like, like the money, there's money in the information.
right, who
So,
cares as long as you get rich, which he has been. So who cares?
yeah, exactly. I mean, he's
Yeah.
basically openly selling access to himself through Mar-a-Lago. Like,
Yeah, it's
so
Exactly.
pretty insane.
Yeah, we do live in a very insane time, politically, and a bunch of other ways, I'm sure, with finance and technology, as you've seen. It's we're in a very different time.
yeah, like a very fucked up time.
So, Adam, we are in the last 15 minutes of the show, so we are going to move towards wrapping up. We've
Yeah,
talked
for
about
sure.
so much, and I was
I know.
absolutely right that you are a very interesting guy to talk to.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing all the insights you had, making it easy to understand math. Is there a place
Yeah.
that people want to get tutored on math? I don't know if you want that, but is there a place that they can
Um,
learn from? Do you post
like,
videos and stuff still?
yeah, I post videos. I'm doing a math iceberg that and then I did a linear algebra series, so you can check that out.
On your
I don't know if
what's the
yeah, my
YouTube address again?
YouTube. And Lash.
Okay. That's awesome. Guys, check that out if any of the math stuff was interesting to you, or if you've been intimidated by it and you just want to find out some more facts about that, go uh check out his
Yeah,
videos at
yeah,
and
you can add me. I'll talk about math if you like. Follow me on Twitter and DM me or Instagram. whatever. Yeah, I'll talk about math all day. So
Um, that is awesome. Yeah, and
yeah,
Adam, you're a really friendly guy too. So yeah, people, if you guys want to talk about math, Adam is there for you to do that.
yeah.
Um, what do you think is the most startling thing that people discover when they discover math? Or if you want to make it more personal, what was the most startling thing that you discovered the more you learned about math?
You know the function like e to the x.
Okay.
Not at all.
It's the
Like
exponential growth function.
that is
It's
applied
the
for all
opposite of
forms of interest, right?
yeah. It's the opposite of log, like the ln function. But the e function can be when it's a complex number can be broken up into the sine function and the cosine function. So
So you talk
yeah,
about
fun
the two
connection there.
curves. Oh, interesting. That
Yeah,
is an interesting fact. Is there,
yeah.
what's the explanation? I'm sure that it makes sense.
It comes from series representations, which is like the explanation is actually kind of hard to explain, but it
Oh
has
no.
to do with uh the way they're represented as infinite sums is the actual like definition of these functions. Like sine and
Oh,
cosine are actually infinite sums of
because they cover
other.
all the possibilities.
Mhm.
Cool.
So
That's
they're
cool. I
infinite
got you.
sums of polynomials, and then the infinite sums, when you add them together, fun things happen. So
Jack, I want to comment that I love that cat, the piano player cat. I think you're capturing the Rolf
Like, yeah,
personality. So
yeah, I
perfect.
tried to make him as fatty as possible. So
That's awesome. That flat.
yeah, you're a good artist. This is yeah,
well, thank you, Adam. I
Uh,
appreciate that.
yeah, it's always fun to come watch Jack draw, and that's one of the things I enjoy about this show. Um, Adam, if you're interested, we'd definitely be interested in having you back on if you want to hang
yeah,
out with and watch Jack draw, talk about numbers or other things that come up.
yeah,
Um,
for
because
sure.
yeah,
I'd be down.
this has been hella fun. Jack, you have any closing thoughts on tonight, or just closing thoughts in general that you've been like sitting on that you want to mention?
No. Um, I think everybody should see the movie A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, fact.
Um, it's a very good movie. Has a poignant message about capitalism and is just very good. So everyone should see it. And also, I want to give an update on the Rocket League. There was a Rocket League tournament, the EWC, the Esports World Cup.
Oh, I missed this. Yeah, what
Um,
happened?
uh, Upset. The Falcons, who won the last major, did not win this one.
What?
Um, uh, the Carbine Corps Blue Wave came through and just like crushed everybody.
That's awesome.
It was yeah, like and there
Was
was an
the
upset too, like GK Esports with kind of a Cinderella story, like beat everybody. They even beat Vitality, the
what?
French team that everybody was like afraid of with the big French superstar Zen. Yeah, it was a weekend of upsets for sure. So it was a it's a hell of a weekend, and enjoyed watching it on the channel of the goat Squishy Muffins. Everybody should check out his
Squishy muffin.
Twitch channel. If you,
That.
yeah, dude, the greatest pro. In my opinion, the best to ever do it. I know that so many people would disagree with me, but I don't care. Squishy Muffins, he's the goat. He's my goat.
Oh, that is awesome. When is the next big match?
It's the world championship, and I think it's in 3 weeks, four
Okay, yeah,
weeks
I have
coming
the
up.
note of that. I looked that one up because I want to make sure we heard about, the details. I think we're going to slot out some time just to even talk about all the things that are
Yeah.
happening. So I wanted to recap for that. Thank you for keeping us updated. I had missed that one. Shout out your Twitch real quick.
Twitch.tv/Kopasu, KOPASSU.
That's
I
awesome.
stream Rocket League. I'll be streaming Rocket League again, up and coming, tomorrow. So
Sweet.
just look for me.
Yeah,
And yeah, we'll do up some Rocket League. But
that
yeah, that's
that's
my
awesome.
Twitch.
Guys, you can also catch shows here on the Discord or on our YouTube. We are meeting now 6 nights a week. So we have Drawing with Jack Tuesdays, Thursdays. We have Flicking and Skip on Fridays, and we have the Chandler episode on Saturdays with possible maybe like hidden episodes on Sundays. If you go to coxinspace.com, you can connect with our Patreon. The thing I forgot to mention is that Chandler is now doing hidden episodes. So you won't be able to catch him on our YouTube. You'll only be able to catch him on our Patreon, and he's giving play-by-plays on what he's doing and how he's building music. So if you want to become a better DJ, or if you want to learn sound design, Chandler is teaching that as he builds the stuff that sounds cool. So check it out here. You can catch it. He's going to be up on our Discord doing it. It's going to be kind of random, so keep your eye out. But then also we'll be on our Patreon, and you can get access to that just again $5 a month to do that. Guys, thank you for being here. Jack, looks like we're wrapping up. And Adam, thank you for spending time with us, man. Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
glad
I
that
had
you're in a
fun.
place that maybe maybe your brain just needed to be in a place where you could just do math problems and be addicted to the rush of the adrenaline of
Yeah,
a math problem. But I'm glad that you
for
made it
sure.
there, because that's a cool place to be in. So
Definitely.
celebrate with you, man. Um,
Yeah, appreciate it.
gonna
Appreciate you
give
guys having me.
yeah. Well, that's
It's
all of
been
us
fun.
from Cox in Space. We
Yeah.
will see you next week. Adam, if you want to hang out, we're probably gonna hang out for a few minutes and post.
All
Uh,
right.
but we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye.
Thank you.
See ya.